Good morning to you and a happy Saturday. I'm King 5 meteorologist Ashley Ruiz. It's really going to be a nice Saturday out there. We still have that ridge of high pressure that's going to keep things nice and quiet and dry, but that will change heading into our Sunday. Take full advantage of this day. Yesterday was gorgeous. Today's going to be gorgeous as well, but we are going to have more high clouds in place. They're going to paint the sky, could obstruct the sun a little bit at times, but still going to be a nice day to get out and enjoy all of the fun events we have going on in Western Washington. Increasing rain on Sunday. It is going to be cooler as well, and next week we'll have showers at times. It's not going to rain for 5 days straight, but we are going to have some steady rain, potentially some heavy rain at times. The big picture right now, you can see where that ridge is. It's keeping the west coast on the dry side, although you can see those high clouds streaming in from the west, and then that spin over the open Pacific and the Gulf of Alaska. So that is the parent low that's going to send a cold front into the area tomorrow, and it's going to clear the area sometime Sunday, and it's going to bring some rain, but it's also going to bring some breezy conditions. We're not talking extremely strong winds, but some wind gusts, perhaps over 20 miles per hour at times. Through the morning, we'll have passing high clouds into the afternoon as well, but you can see a good bit of sunshine. Atop Hurricane Ridge, we have high clouds, and then we can see Mount Rainier off in the distance from our Queen Anne camera. Closer to the coast, that's where we have some thicker high clouds, but it's still going to be a beautiful day wherever you're going to be. High temperatures for the north interior for Friday Harbor, about 62, so even the islands will be at least in the lower 60s. And then for the North Sound, we'll have upper 60s to maybe 70 for some of the foothill communities. That would be later in the afternoon. For the Central Sound and then portions of the Kitsap Peninsula, we'll have upper 60s and maybe a few 70s sprinkled in. Snoqualmie Pass even and Stevens going to be on the warmer side. Our freezing levels are going to be about 8,500 feet today up in the mountains. High temperatures for the South Sound, upper 60s, lower 70s. Our typical warmer spots, and then closer to Oregon going to be in the lower 70s. The coast going to be in the upper 50s to about 60 degrees. You see the trend here from Port Townsend to Sequim to Shelton, going to be in the 60s, around 70 in Elma. We will have those high clouds, and once again could become mostly cloudy at times, but we're still going to have nice conditions to get out and soak up some sunshine. Take advantage of the warmer weather. Whether you're going to the Daffodil Festival for the parade in Pierce County, the high temperatures, this is what you're looking at there. Festival of Color in Redmond between 12 and about 5 o'clock, near 70 degrees at the peak of the day. The Tulip Festival in Skagit County about 67, and then Lumen Field for Monster Jam right around 67. Don't forget the sunblock and the shades if you are headed out. Also, take advantage and check out the cherry blossoms. They're in full bloom, and our own Christine Pay sent this photo in. Just stunning. You see the blue sky and then the beautiful cherry blossoms, because we could get that rain, could get some wind at times into the new work week, and that could at least knock some of those cherry blossoms off of the trees. And since they're in peak bloom, if you want to send any photos, if you go to the Daffodil Festival going up to the Tulips Festival, or if you just take any weather-related photos, include name, time and date and location. We want to see them. You are our eyes out there. You can email me directly at aruiz@king5.com, or you can text the King 5 line at 206-448-4545, and you might see them on air as well. So taking you through the Futurecast, at least so you can see what we're dealing with in terms of the clouds. This is through the morning. You see again those high clouds may have some breaks here and there where they're thinner versus thicker, and that could obstruct the sun a little bit at times. Here's that first push of rain. This is tonight and overnight. It may take a little bit of time for the air to get saturated, at least to see any meaningful precipitation, but we'll call it some very light showers overnight. Into Sunday morning, here's around 8:30. You see how we get some numerous showers at least over the area, and then we'll have a break here and there. But then we get into the afternoon and evening. You see how widespread rain fills over the area, and it's pretty steady through the night, and nothing falling up in the passes. We'll just have rain, not going to have any snow, no freezing rain, nothing like that as our snow levels stay rather high. Then we get into Monday morning, we'll likely have some damp roads out there, and then we're just going to have off and on showers, maybe locally heavy at times. And then here's Monday afternoon, may even have some sun breaks in the mix. But then by Tuesday, we'll get another push of rain and temperatures will be even cooler, maybe lower 50s. Tuesday may end up being the coolest day. Wednesday, we're keeping rain chances very low in the forecast, at least for now. Wednesday, there is the potential that we get very brief ridging in place, and essentially what that would do is cut off some of that moisture source. So we could have a couple of showers around, but nothing like what we would get into Thursday. As we go through the day on Thursday, it looks as though we'll get increasing rain once again, and it will spread over the area. This is the European model, so remember when we're talking about European or the GFS model, these are longer range forecasts and longer ranged models, so they're not high resolution models like Futurecast that you see, that you saw a couple of moments ago. And so this is just an estimate of what we could be dealing with in terms of our rain totals. This is through next Thursday night, give or take. And you see how as you get closer to the coast, which is normal, that's where we get the highest rain totals, as well as up in the mountains. But even here in Puget Sound, we could get maybe 1 to 2 inches of rain. We'll have to see. And of course, that rain shadow would keep things a little on the lower side in terms of rain totals, mainly, as we know, northeast of the Olympics, north and northeast of the Olympics. In terms of snow totals, I mentioned that our snow levels will be a little on the high side, coming down to close to pass level later in the week. And so right now it looks as though snow totals are going to be rather low through most of the week. This could change, of course, except for some of those higher volcanoes and the higher elevations. Mount Baker could definitely use some of the snowpack as well, as we are below normal for the north and central Cascades. So if anything changes, which the forecast likely will as we head into the new work week, we'll keep you posted. But again, today, stunning, even with the high clouds in place, 68. Tomorrow, temperatures are really going to vary a little bit depending on how quickly this front moves in. Some models are showing the potential that we warm up to near 60 before that actual front moves in, or maybe not at all if it comes in earlier in the day. That would keep temperatures a little cooler. All in all, it's going to be cooler than today. Monday, Tuesday, as I mentioned, will be in the 50s, lower 50s. Wednesday and Thursday will be in the lower 60s, so a couple of degrees above normal. This time of year, we should be about 58 degrees, give or take. Again, if you want to send any of your photos from your Saturday, whether you're going up to the festivals, the Festival of Color or Monster Jam, go ahead, send them my way. I would love to feature them tomorrow morning on King 5 Mornings from 7 a.m. to 8:30 tomorrow, and then on King 5 Plus. Enjoy your day, and we'll talk tomorrow.